But before we get into that, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Yamble. Yamble is a brand new sports prediction app that lets you predict what will happen on the next play, the next few minutes of a game. You can place your takes on the game, and you can rack up points as fast as you can, and they play out. And basically, after every game, the highest score gets paid out in real cash. It's basically like HQ Trivia, but it's free. You can find it in the Apple Store as well as in the Android Store. Go and use our code bit.ly/Yamble HNB. That's YAMBLE HNB. Make sure you go and you check that out. In terms of the Raptors, what do you think they can do better going into Game 7?
Shoot better and really like make shots. They shot 28% from 3 and 37% from the field. Only thing they made was free throw. They shot 88% from the line. Shoot better. They missed a lot of makeable shots. I think like even I hate to like say a missed shot's the biggest play of the game, but I think the Norman Powell missed 3 that came at like a minute 30 was the biggest play of the game to me.
Minute
like,
30 what?
The second. Like if
he second quarter?
Yeah, like bro, it's literally like shit went downhill from there. It's a 11-point lead. He makes that 3, it's now 14. So even if they cut it, you still go into halftime with probably maybe like a 9-point lead. Now it's a 3-possession game. You look up and you see 9, you like, damn, we got some work to do. You look up and you see 5, you like, we right there.
This is true.
Especially with the Warriors, that's 2 threes. That's 2 minutes.
We were saying that the last couple minutes of the second quarter too. Like they got to finish strong. If you don't want to give the Warriors, we play like shit. We down 5. We got them.
You want them to walk in there like, oh shit.
Because you know that third quarter Warrior run is coming. It happens every game. Literally.
And even I think the first possession, let me make sure. I think the first possession of the third for Toronto was a turnover.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, like the crowd didn't seem into it. Like I don't know what happened at the start of that third quarter. The first play, it was a Kawhi that missed the 20-foot missed the 3, and then next play is a turnover. Then Kawhi missed the shot, timeout, Gasol foul after the timeout, then a Gasol turnover, then another turnover, then another turnover. Like,
I just think the Warriors played better defense. As Steve Kerr said, I believe he said in the press conference after the game, he said that the Warriors, even in Game 1, he said, we can win scoring 109 points. That's not the problem. Our defense was the problem. In Game 2, they scored 109 points, and he said that he felt the same way, but he said that they defended better. They gave up 118 in Game 1 versus 104 in this game.
I mean, I still don't think all of that was defense. Again, they shot 28%. They missed a lot of makeable shots. Yeah. I don't think all of that was the Warriors' defense.
I don't think all of it on the Raptors in Game 1 was their defense, but the Warriors missed a lot of key shots and timely shots in that game, too. It's a make-or-miss league. I don't want to hear no excuses for it. Make your shots if you can make your shots.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not saying.
But the Warriors still played good defense. You gave up 115 plus points in Game 1. You couldn't do that in Game 2 and think you was going to win on the road in Toronto. That crowd was silent in the second half, and that's the way that you need to keep that crowd. You need to keep them silent at all points in time. You don't need Drake hopping on the sideline, giving no coaches massages, giving Kawhi hand rubs, handshakes, and all that shit when he get ready to enter the game. Sit his ass and make that man shut his ass up. He wore Where's Kevin shirt that Kevin was at home watching your team lose the home court advantage. That's where he was at.
Before we got on, if you want to shut Drake up, beat the Raptors.
Just beat him. It's not
beat him.
Easy.
He was quiet all last year when LeBron was playing. He wasn't talking at all.
Was he at those games?
Yes, he was.
He was there?
Yes, he was. LeBron made sure he was looking at him.
LeBron-to.
Yeah, LeBron-to. That's funny. But I mean, for Game 3, I think that for the Raptors, in terms of what they need to improve upon, is nothing. Just play hard. Literally, you have to go out in Game 3 in Oracle. Not even hope you make shots. Just play hard. If you in Oracle can keep the Warriors to under 105 points, you're gonna give yourself a chance to win that game. And without Clay, I think that game in Oracle in Game 3 is going to be much closer and much more like the 90 to 95 range than in 100.
Stop saying he's not going to play.
I'm going to continue to say a hamstring is a different thing. I'm going to continue to say that he's not going to play because the one thing that I don't want to do is have him play in Game 3. He go out and completely re-aggravate, and then we lose him for the whole series when you could just sat him down for a night. Like as long as you still continue to extend the series, that you give him the opportunity to come back and play healthier. And now that you tied it back up and you basically took the home court back, I would use that to my advantage. Steph Curry, we need everybody want to compare him to all of these offensive greats. Well, guess what? We gonna need 35 from you next game, big fella. We might need 40 from you next game, big fella. And that's just what that boils down to. I don't want to hear no excuses. If that was Michael Jordan out there, I would expect him to do it. Michael Jordan had a flu game too. It was hey, all right, so get it done, big fella. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to see Doris Burke on the sidelines telling me you dehydrated. Get it done. I don't want to see you looking up at the lights and like, nah, if the light's too bright, go back home.
That was a Henny and cigar.
Exactly.
Also, I know, granted, they did shoot 28%, so it's hard to get assists when you shoot 28% from 3 and then 37% from the field. But I would like to see the ball move.
I mean, they also took 38 threes. That's
too many. It's Toronto.
Toronto took 38 threes. They should be more around the 25 range.
Yeah. Like it was points in times where it's like this looks like a scrimmage.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, that whole fourth quarter,
like they had like 4 straight possessions where they just shot threes. I'm like, come on, bro.
The 5-minute mark was like 45 minutes.
I'm like, you can do something else besides shoot a 3. Like it literally looked like a scrimmage. But also, I would like to see the ball move more. And I granted, again, I'll keep saying it. I think what helped them even get into this position was the fact that Kawhi was ailing, so they actually were forced to use the rest of the team. I don't think they used. I think. Still, even tonight, I saw too many plays in with just Kawhi, just throw Kawhi the ball and move.
I mean, but that's what you expect from him.
Yeah, but I think, but you got to move the ball a little bit more. Kawhi isolation is not going to beat you the Warriors.
I mean, shit, if they ain't got nobody there, it might. Shit, they started this series out. I mean, they started this season out with a big 5. Now they left with 2.5.
Clay gonna play.
They left with 2.5. All right, they left with 2.5. Half of Boogie and half of Clay is a 0.5.
Now I don't know how effective Clay gonna be.
And Steph and Draymond, the 2.
Now I don't know how effective he gonna be, but he's gonna play. He's not gonna miss game 3 in Oracle. He's gonna play. Now I don't know how effective he gonna be. Now granted, you got a hamstring, you trying to guard Kawhi. You might have to hide him, put him on some other people. But also, even if you had him on Lowry, I'm running that man around screens all goddamn day. Whoever Clay guard, even if it's Danny Green or Lowry, if they like try to hide him, I'm running that man around screens all day. Or if it's Siakam, I'm putting him in the post.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm gonna make him run, but he's gonna play. But again, I don't know how effective he's gonna be, but he gonna play. He not sitting out the game.
I feel you.
So
yeah, and to all of you, and to everybody that's watching on the live, because we got people watching us live, as well as if you listen to this on Dash Radio, we appreciate you. You listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify,
Michael
iTunes,
Jordan never won without Scotty. That's not
some
exactly.
of y'all. Some of y'all said that the audio is in sync. We don't care. Y'all getting to watch this. This is a premium. We usually don't even live stream Hoops and Brews. So sorry, it ain't really nothing we can do about it. It's playing off the camera. Blame the internet connection. Y'all should be glad you can see it. You'll be able to see the full HD version of it come Monday morning, as always. But, yeah, I mean, so what do you think that they got? That the Raptors, how do you think that they can, potentially steal Game 3 versus the Warriors in Golden State?
Kidnap Steph Curry.
So you think the Warriors going to win regardless, or?
I think there's no way the Raptors win Game 3. Whether the Warriors would have lost or not, I felt Game 3 was they haven't been in Oracle in like 3 weeks. They know these are the last couple games, and they knew all they had to do was just split the first 2 games. I always say the first game of any series is more of a fill-out game. This is the first time the Warriors have played anybody not named the Cavaliers in their whole entire finals runs. I think they were kind of like caught off guard a little bit. Not to take anything away from Toronto winning, but I feel like they know what they can do to beat them now. And so it's just really one of the things where Toronto got to play a full game. They gotta play. Look, like I said on like when I was watching Game 1, I said the Warriors are the only team in league history that can play 25-30 minutes and get away with that shit. They're the only team that can play.
The Bulls could back in the day too. The Bulls could back in the day.
Not like the Warriors though.
I mean, they like not like the Warriors, but they could get away
with the Bulls. They couldn't score as fast as the Warriors.
Yeah, but you couldn't score as fast either. That's crazy.
Yeah, but still, they can literally play like 25-30 minutes and get away with it. Like the Raptors, especially on the road, they're gonna have to play
a full 48 minutes.
Because I just don't see Kawhi's obviously hurt. I just don't see Van Vliet and all them other dudes playing that well on the road, and so that's why I feel like they had to win tonight. So
I think Danny Green needs to have a big Game 3.
I thought he played decent in Game 2.
No. Danny Green hit very timely and very
played great in this series
shots,
to me.
but he needs to hit even more timely and even more important shots.
Yeah. I mean, he should in every game he should at least be above 50% shooting.
Yeah, and I would also like to see him take more than 7 shots. I think he could get to 10.
You want Danny Green taking more than 7 shots?
Yeah,
I would like Kawhi not to take 9 threes too. I think the 9 threes for him is a little bit excessive. I think he settled a little bit too much. The one thing I've really been really impressed with Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs is his rebounding ability.
Yeah,
and how he's been able to just continuously, game after game, just be able to grab rebounds, pluck them out the air with his hands. And I just think that it just really boils down to effort. I think that Fred VanVleet his game is not going to carry over to Oracle. Oracle is not, the Harley Davidson Center or wherever the Milwaukee Bucks play. That Oracle Arena is historically one of the loudest arenas ever. So it's going to be super loud. The pressure is going to be super mounted the last couple games. I think VanVleet is going to have to come up big in them games, and I don't think VanVleet is going to score over 10 in the next game.
Like, again, I just need Lowry to give me one. Again, I said, to me, Pete Carlisle, 15, 5, 8. I need that. I need Lowry on the floor in Oracle. Again, even we talk about we talked about that stretch in a second. Again, I think a lot of that happened because Lowry wasn't on the court. So you got people handling the ball who usually wouldn't be handling the ball. Like Norman Powell usually wouldn't be dribbling up court, getting Kawhi trapped in the corner. If you got two guards out there, you would be running Lowry and Fred out there, not Norman. So again, Lowry, I think fouls. I got to think fouls is actually what kept the Warriors in it, even in the first half. If they weren't, like, I think they was in a bonus like the whole first quarter, and got in a bonus in the second quarter. They had to play defense without fouling, stay on the court, and like you said, put together a full 48-minute performance. If we want to talk about who's gonna win Game 3, I don't think they're gonna win Game 3. I said this. I picked the Raptors to win both the games at home and then get destroyed in Game 3. I don't think they're gonna get destroyed in Game 3.
No, they don't get destroyed.
But I don't think they're gonna win Game 3 either. Now, Game 4, we'll see. But Game 3, I would actually be floored if they can't. I would be floored, and it would really, really show me a lot about the Raptors if they actually did come out and win Game 3. I mean, even today, like when they went on that 18-0 run, I'm like, oh, they gonna get like stonewalled. It showed me a lot that they did rebound. They came back and honestly had a chance to win it down the stretch. If they just hit a couple more shots, we might be having a different conversation today, down the stretch. But again, I think Lowry needs to stay on the floor. Lowry is the guy who I'm looking to have one of those games. He has to give me one of those games.
Yeah,
the games that I've come to love and respect about Kyle Lowry. This playoffs has made me a Kyle Lowry fan.
We gon' slide, we gon' chill. She said she loves me, I'm her.